Hi everyone, this is Epson WorkForce Pro WF-3820 and in this video I'm going to show you how to scan on this multifunctional printer using computer and smartphone applications. Let's get into it right now. In the first part of this video, I will focus specifically on scanning using apps on your computer and smartphone. But if your printer is not connected to your devices yet, don't worry, I will show you how to do that at the end of the video. To scan from your computer, you need to install a scanning application. You can get one from Microsoft Store or App Store on Mac computers. Some of them are free, some of them are freemium. Windows Scan really sucks, so don't use it. I don't recommend you. You also can use professional tools like Adobe Acrobat Pro or ViewScan. But anyway, you need to install a scanning application. In this video, I will show you how to scan using native application by Epson, and it's named Epson Scan Smart. So let's open this application and let me briefly walk you through the settings. So to set up your scanning process, you need to click on this gear icon. Scan settings go first. You can switch between auto and photo mode and document mode, which you can customize. Let's click on custom settings. So what you have here, in this tab, main settings, you can select document source, scanner, glass or automatic document feeder. I will show you both methods later. Select your document size, image type, color, grayscale or just black and white, resolution up to 1200 dpi, 300 is more than enough for documents, higher resolutions are for photos or some engineer images maybe. Also, you can enable auto rotation of your documents and experiment with correct document skew feature. In advanced settings, you can adjust brightness, contrast, gamma correction, edge fill. So you have to experiment with these settings yourself to adjust to your needs. And also, what I like in this application, you can save presets and use default settings for each case. So let's save current settings, name it preset 2 because I already have preset 1. So now you can switch between presets and change settings just in 1 second. Let's close this window so far and continue explore settings. Also, you can enable different photo enhancements. Also, experiment with each feature to understand what is better for you. Next, customize actions that you can perform after the scan is completed. Set up different default file name like this. You can add date in different formats to your document or disable this feature and add counter 3 digits or 4 digits. Also, you can change save settings. You have 3 formats: PDF, JPEG and TIFF. If you want to create multi-page file, you need to save always in PDF. JPEG and TIFF are for photos and drawings or something else. So let's click on options. You have some general settings over here, so you can compress your files automatically or select standard compression and manually enter value over here and generate some PDF/A file, whatever it means. Honestly, I don't know. Let's click on OK. Also, you can set up JPEG, set up quality and encoding, and set up TIFF. I am not an expert in TIFF images, but if you know what you do, customize this format as well. In other settings, you can send usage information to Epson, but let's don't do it right now. Let's go back to scan settings. Switch to scanner glass. Save our settings. Close this window and let's finally scan something. So you need to open the scanning unit lid and put the document you wish to scan facing down like this, and make sure the top left corner of your document is aligned with this arrow pointing to the top left corner of the scanner glass. So put your document, glide it to the borders, fit snugly and close the lid. Next, in the application, make sure the correct printer is selected here next to the scanner word. In other case, just change this printer to your WF-3820 series and click on the scan tile. Once you've got the result, you can replace this page with another one and scan more pages to combine into a single file. But let me show you another option. Let's go to Settings, Customize Document Settings, and switch to Automatic Document Feeder. Now save the settings, close. ADF unit is this thing on the top of your printer, and it's capable of scanning a pack of documents just in minutes. So what you need is put your documents facing up and make sure that top of your document stack is heading to the left. So glide the documents inside of the ADF unit. Also, you can align your stack with this paper guide over here. Next, find the scan button in Epson's Smart application. Click on that and look what's happening. Now the ADF unit is eating your documents, scanning them and returning from the bottom over here. In the same order, by the way. And you get in the results, pages appear on your screen one by one. That's it. Now we have 5 pages in our document, and what we can do, actually there are not so much tools in this application. For example, you can draw on your documents or add text or something else, but you still can reorder the pages, just drag and drop to do this. You can rotate each page separately or use Ctrl key, hold down the Ctrl key, select few pages and rotate all together. You can delete any page or few pages from the document, and you can crop each page. Just use this controller and drag the corners to change the part of page in the frame and click on OK. Be careful, this can't be undone, so confirm your action by clicking yes. And once you're done scanning, you can repeat this action as many times as you need, switching sources in settings and combining different scans from scanner glass and from ADF unit. Then click next, and you can select one of these actions, send to Google Drive, to Evernote, to Gmail, but print the file right away. But for this example, let's just save. So you can rename your document if you're not satisfied with the default name. Also select a file type, PDF or searchable PDF. Keep in mind that image formats are for single page documents. Also select folder, let's browse and save to documents, for example. Select this folder and just save. And the folder opens right away. Here is your document. We are all set. If you want to scan from a smartphone, you need to use Epson Smart Panel application. It's available both for iOS and Android devices. And to be honest, I really don't know any good free alternative to this application for Epson printers. If you're ready to pay for the professional application, I would recommend you Adobe Scan. Later in this video, I will show you how to connect your printer to your smartphone and set up in Epson Smart Panel application. But now let's just tap on Scan. Here you can see some settings, fewer than on computer. Anyway, you're already familiar with this setting, so adjust to your needs. Select document source, ADF or scanner glass, and just place your documents. Tap on Start. So once you've got the result, scan as many pages as you need. You have the same edit options as on computer, and once you're done scanning, hit Next. Rename your file if you need and tap on the share icon. It opens the system dialog where you can save to files or share using your applications or share to contacts and so on. And now, as I told you before, I will show you how to connect this printer to your gadgets so that you will be able to scan. First, you need to set up the Wi-Fi connection. To do this, stay on the home screen and tap on the Wi-Fi icon at the top. You can connect to your Wi-Fi router or enable Wi-Fi direct connection, but in this example, I need the internet access to download applications and drivers, so I will connect to router. You need to tap on Start Setup, and the most reliable method that always works is Wi-Fi Setup Wizard. It's searching for your wireless router. Make sure it's broadcasting Wi-Fi. By the way, if you don't see your router in this list, just tap on search again. But here is my network. Let's connect to it. Enter password. OK. And once again start setup. Now it's connecting. Well done. Tap on the home icon, go back to the home screen, and make sure the Wi-Fi indicator from the left side is blue. To connect the printer to your computer, you need to add it to your printing system first. To do this on Windows computers, click on Start icon, then select Settings. Start typing Printers. From this drop-down, select Printers and Scanners. Next, make sure your computer is connected to the same Wi-Fi router as your printer and click on Add Device over here. Once your printer found, click on Add Device next to its name and wait for connection. So now the printer is connected. To do the same on Mac computers, you need to go to Apple menu and just find printers and scanners just like on Windows and add printer, scanner or fax. The next step is drivers and software installation. To do this in your web browser, open a new tab and Google search for drivers for your printer model. So go to Epson support website, scroll down and in this drop-down, select your operating system, Windows or Mac version, Windows 11 in my case, then click on Go. Scroll down. If you don't see any software here, try to refresh the page, hit Ctrl and R key combination on your keyboard. Now you can see some applications here, and all you need to install is drivers and utilities combo package installer for Windows, and for Mac they have different application. It's named Epson Software Updater. So download the application, click on that to open. Yes, in this window now you can minimize your browser and stay in the Epson installer window. It's updating something, just wait for a while. The whole process may take for about 5 minutes, depending on your internet speed. Now the app is launching. Thank you for using this Epson product. Okay, now accept the license agreement. You can uncheck these checkboxes. These agreements are optional. If you don't want to send information to Epson, then click Next. Make sure the printer is turned on. Next once again. Now it's downloading drivers. And checking the system environment, whatever it means. We have nothing to do, just wait. So once you see this window, your printer is detected because it's already connected to your printing system. So make sure it's selected and this row is blue and click on Next. Now it's downloading something else, setting up the network settings. And the next step is software installation. So you have required software and you cannot uncheck this checkbox, but other software is optional. I already have Epson ScanSmart installed, as you know. You can uncheck all the checkboxes. I recommend you to keep software updater, by the way. But also you can install all this software and consider later if you need it. So let me uncheck the checkboxes. Install. Now you can print test page if you want, but let me just click on Next and finish setup. It's checking the firmware. If you need to update, you will be informed in this window and suggested to update the firmware. But I prefer to do it from the printer's menu on the display, because this update application often fails. So your product is ready to use. Click on finish and that's it. Now you can scan using any scanning application. And to connect the printer to your smartphone, open App Store or Google Play Store, install Epson Smart Panel, open this application and make sure your smartphone is connected to the same Wi-Fi network as your printer. Then agree to the terms and conditions. OK in this window with privacy statement. And now you have to grant some permissions to this application. So next, allow to use location while using app. And next, allow to find devices on local networks. And your printer is detected, just tap on that. Connection is complete. OK. Now just select the app interface, cards or tiles. Personally, I prefer tiles, so tap on that. And that's it. You're all set. You can scan from your smartphone now. Also, you can run the scanning process right from the printer's interface. Just tap on the scan tile, select computer, tap on select a computer, and if you installed all drivers on your PC, it will appear here. Select it. And just tap on send button. It can scan only from ADF unit, and the result will appear in Epson Scan Smart application, which opens automatically in this case. Also, you can scan to memory device plugged into this USB port and scan to cloud, WSD, network folder or email, but these options require specific settings that might be difficult for regular user. And anyway, professional scanning applications always offer more features and they are more flexible, so I recommend you to use apps on PC. Well, now you know quite a lot about how to scan on this printer, and I hope this video was helpful. If yes, consider to subscribe to our channel, hit the like button to support us. Any questions, comment below, and be awesome. See you in the next videos. Bye guys.